right, hello wine drinking people. Time for more of what I've had to drink yesterday, and it seems like there's nowhere to be better than South Florida this time of year. Just a slew of producers in this time of year, March. Hard to keep up with all the drinking we're doing here at the Wine Watch, but we're giving it our best shot here. Michel Gassier was in with this project. He, Philippe, Cambie, and Eric Solomon are partners on, and well, you notice the packaging. I think Eric's got a real keen eye for that, and he comes and helps with the blend, as does Philippe Cambie. But these wines are, you know, Michel Gassier's baby, and you know, Philippe Cambie likes things big. He's a big guy, probably 400 pounds. I've heard he's lost some weight, but these wines are all about balance. Even though I think the last wine here that we have is 15% alcohol, you really don't notice how big the wine is because it's got wonderful balance and freshness. The secret to making wine with high alcohol, you got to have a lot of everything else if you have a lot of alcohol. You can't just pick the grapes really, really right because you want this big, juicy, luscious fruit bomb. You got to have the acidity. You got to have the ripe tannins. You got to have everything that go along with it to make wine that people are going to be able to drink a whole bottle of. Anyways, the Cercius label is one that he does buy some fruit for. The other wines are from his own vineyard sites. And Cercius refers to the wind that is in this part of the Côtes de Nîmes, the Rhone Valley, southern Rhone. And, well, the first wine has Vin de France as the appellation, the Cercius White, because the Sauvignon Blanc in it doesn't fit into the AC guidelines there. But this is a blend of 70% Grenache Blanc, 30% Sauvignon Blanc. And this wine has got lovely, pretty floral notes to the nose, white peach, pink grapefruit, citrus, really lovely aromatics, very pretty bouquet, and a good amount of juicy fruit on the tongue with those pretty floral notes, with a clean and zesty finish. Though, like I said, all these wines have lovely freshness, tingly minerality. This wine's only $15. Wow, what an excellent little bottle of white wine for $15. Just amazing what you can get from the south of France in terms of quality. All right, the Nostra Pays. This is a Côtes de Nîmes appellation wine, and I love the little chemical-like symbols that our friend from Eric Solomon uses. GRB 53, that's a Grenache Blanc 53, VI 6, Viognier 6, BB, Bourbon Blanc 3, and kind of clever and different, but I know what he means. I don't know how many people could decipher this code here, but this area's got a high lime content in the soil, so really mineral-driven wine with nice tension, fleshy fruit, and they use neutral barrels for fermentation, and they age it on a lees to give it a little richness here. This wine's got that clementine, orange, citrus note on the nose, white peaches, a strong mineral note to this bouquet as well, bright and tangy on the tongue with a light texture of skim milk on the tongue, tingly minerality on the finish. Really nice balance here. An excellent bottle of Rhone style white for $20. Wow. Michel Gassier's Loup Cuchardy, which from the story, I think this has something to do with a bull's horn, what the name of this wine is. And, you know, the packaging is catchy, and, you know, I always recommend you name things, you know, for the U.S. market with names you can pronounce. Anyways, he had a story behind all these. Like I said, I think I got most of the stories here, but this one's a blend of 60% Roussanne, 40% Viognier, and you know, they've got really small berries here, so thick skins, so really fleshy, and they do 2 days on with skin contact to get the wine on the pulp to make it a little more fleshy here, and they definitely get that. There's no racking in this wine anyway. It's very naturally made. This one's got a beautiful bouquet of fresh picked flowers, violets, beeswax, juicy tree fruit, peaches, pears, a touch of vanilla spice. Really pretty fruit on the tongue here too. Really juicy with a smooth and creamy texture. Excellent underlying acidity to this wine with freshness and those pretty floral notes showing through on the finish. Even on the second day, this wine showing lovely intensity. Excellent juice at $34.50. The Cercius Red, which this is a Côte de Rhone fruit. It's Vin de France again, I guess just to keep things consistent anyways. This is predominantly Grenache from the right bank of the Rhone River from purchased fruit, and then they got a bit of Syrah on the left bank, which get better freshness and acidity over there. 100% concrete age, so you get a lovely fresh berry pie-like fruit quality on the nose here, and really easy drinking style red with that lovely fresh berry fruit showing through on the palate. Some pretty floral notes on the finish, and lovely balance, juicy fruit, but still lovely freshness, pretty floral notes on the finish. An excellent bottle of red, $17. Then the Nostra Pays Red. This comes from part of the 250 acres. There's a lot of grapes down here. Super high chalk concentration in this area. 30% Grenache, 25% Carignan, 20 Mourvedre, and 15 Cinsault, and 5 Syrah. This one's got a good amount of that berry pie fruit on the nose, fresh flowers on the bouquet with some distinct earth here as well to that fresh fruit. And this wine's got dark and red berry fruit on the tongue with rich, but also balanced. Like I said, all these wines, they've got lovely juicy fruits, and they're not very high in alcohol, with the exception of the last one, 15.5, but they have that richness and balance. And I think all these wines are going to age. They're all really fresh on the finish, and like I said, nothing really sticks out in any of these wines. Lovely balance. This is an excellent bottle of Rhone-style red for, fairly priced too, $20. Wow. Incredible. Then the Lucar Cardin Red, which is 60 Mourvedre, 30 Grenache, and 10 Syrah. And Grenache, one of the original varietals of this region. They have really deep soils here, which is perfect for this varietal. 50% whole cluster, big and powerful. Like I said, 15.5% alcohol, but you really don't notice it because you got a good amount of everything else here. Really dark berry fruit, some of that animal, some lovely violet, dried herbs and flowers. Nice complexity on this wine on the nose. It's a bit large, but it still is fresh on the finish. And this is a wine I think will age very well because, like I said, lovely balance. Even though it's big in alcohol, lots of acidity, lots of everything here. Most excellent juice at $34.50. That's what we had to drink with Michel Gassier. I'm your host, Andrew Lampasoni, signing off for the Wine Watch, saying, remember, always drink the good stuff first.